Hey you guys, so it is currently 2:22 and I really could not finish the rest of that shrimp lo mein. I ate, I want to say 75% of it, and I just ended up giving the rest of it to the dogs. Y'all, I couldn't. And now Tiger is carrying pieces of it out of the trash that I threw away. She's a mess. But um right now, I was thinking about my journey and just trying to regain my weight because I want to be back healthy. Because a lot of people have told me how like thin I look and stuff like that. And you don't really notice sometimes in your period, or sometimes you notice, but you're not as bothered about it. So I can definitely say that a lot of what I've learned is that a lot of habits that we pick up. Tiger, don't you go get nothing else out of that garbage. A lot of our habits that we pick up are from our parents. So I do realize that a lot of times when I speak, I might mention something like when I was a child, or my mom, or my dad, or my brother, you know what I'm saying, my family. Because at the end of the day, your caretakers, your immediate family, your friends, your community are the people that influence you to be who you are. So when it comes down to stress, the way I deal with bills, the way that sometimes I communicate myself, the way that I express myself and might laugh, might scream, might cry, like, might be athletic like my father, like, it's just different stuff that is definitely influenced by my family and my parents, or whatever. So I try to be super aware of it so that when I'm going through certain emotions or whatever, that I can engage and understand how I feel, so that I won't like crash out or just be so depressed and can't figure it out, And can't be so depressed and can't figure it out. So I definitely see that habit that I picked up, sadly, that I used to be so upset with my mom about, is when I'm stressed, I don't eat. And I just kind of put it to the back burner. I hyper focus on bills and creating new forms of wealth and making a situation change, trying to make shit happen. And I just stop eating. And I want to say that I don't want to directly link like my body to my job, like wanting to be a little bit thicker or whatever to make more money. But that wouldn't be entirely true. It wouldn't be entirely true. And I try to work as hard as possible to be super transparent with you guys. So at the end of the day, y'all, I do pretty well for myself at my job. Like I do pretty damn good. All things considered, where I came from, what I used to have to do, trying to get money, like selling my clothes, selling candy all the time, like trying to find a new hustle every other week. I feel like I make damn good money in the club, and I feel like greed is not a big issue for me because I don't really require that much in my head. I've been told that I'm high maintenance. Pan, am I high maintenance? He didn't say yes. So, but basically, I don't consider myself high maintenance. I just feel like I require a certain level of excellence to be around me. I require a certain level of emotional intelligence to be around me. I require a certain level of empathy to be around me. And then on top of that, I also don't believe that somebody's going to be taxing me emotionally. And then on top of that, you're not providing financially. So if that's high maintenance, I don't know. And then, my dogs, I've been told my dogs are high maintenance too. I mean, Panther has a tie now. And like, I just take care of them. I don't feel like that's high maintenance. I just feel like they're just taken care of. Like, if I'm not going to eat my food, I'm not going to throw it in the garbage. I'm just going to give it to them. So if they have a different type of taste, oh well. Sometimes it bites me in the ass because sometimes they don't want to eat their dog food. But then guess what? I'm just like a black parent. That food going to sit there until you get hungry enough and you're going to eat that fucking food. I know something. And guess what they do? What do you do, Panther? You eat that motherfucking food, don't you? I know that. Yeah. Huff and puff all you want to. Be playing in my face. You ain't gonna be eating shrimp and steak all the fucking time. You're gonna eat that fucking Purina and that pedigree. I know that. But basically, I've come to realize that I do make really good money in the club. And I do well for myself, but we can always have an appreciation for how we're doing, but we can still want to do better. And I do see that a lot of the time, the environment in the club is like the thicker type of people make more money. Does that mean that my self-worth is tied to whether I'm skinny or thick? Fuck no. Quite frankly, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little piece of tea. Tea alert, tea alert, tea alert. I actually at times have wanted to be as skinny as fucking possible, dressed in the biggest of clothes, tried to actually purposefully make myself unattractive because quite frankly, whether y'all believe it or not, I'm actually a quite shy person. And I actually hate attention, especially when it comes from men. I really hate male attention, like really bad. So quite frankly, I don't want to have no ass because I feel like niggas be chasing me down without a whole lot of ass, without a whole lot of shape already. So if I was just va va voom, I feel like the niggas would not be off my body. I don't want the niggas on my body. I more so want the bad bitches on my body. Like, I don't like male attention. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I'm not gonna say that men are the only one that cheat. Men are just so ain't shit. Because girls be cheating. Girls be ain't shit too. But men are just so socialized to just be fucking demons. I just don't. But then again, girls be messy and catty and a damn fool too. So people are a mess, you know? And I like to stay to myself. I enjoy my own company. I enjoy spoiling myself. I enjoy spending time with my puppies. I enjoy us just laying around watching Netflix, like running in empty fields when we get a chance and stuff like that. But I do want to have family. I do want to have friends. I do want to have companionship. But I don't know if I care for it if it comes with bullshit. But I'm besides the point. Basically, sadly, I picked up some of my mother's bad habits that I used to cuss her ass out for. I used to be like, Mommy, I don't care how stressed you are. Get up and eat. And there were some times where I would see her like overly eating. So sad to say, whether I like it or not, I've picked up my mother's eating habits. And I do know that at one point in my mom's life, her health started to kind of take a decline. And she started to put on a whole lot of weight. And I think a lot of the time, somebody was telling me the other day, basically, I be in my head. And I do be in my head. I'm at fucking ADHD. Like, I'm a ball of anxiety a lot of the time. I'm an overthinker. I'm an overplanner. And yes, it all mostly is a trauma response. And because I know this, I can engage it certain ways and try to deal with it and try to communicate to myself, okay, so we might know where this spiral is starting from. Let's not go too deeper into the spiral. Let's figure this out. Where is this feeling stemming from? Where is this behavior stemming from? Where is this outburst stemming from? And then we figure it out from there and we work towards not having the same reaction later on in life, you know? But that doesn't mean I'm always going to be perfect. That doesn't mean I'm always going to have the right reaction. That doesn't mean that I'm not somebody who can completely communicate myself sometimes. Sometimes I'm childish. Sometimes I'm belligerent, you know, but I try my best not to be. And another thing that I do have from my mother is like isolation, because when you're always scapegoated, you tend to just say, well, fuck it. Let me not be around nobody since I'm always the issue. People never want to take accountability. People always want to put their problems off on you. Since I'm always the fucking issue, I'd rather not be around nobody. But then I've come to realize, or I read one time, the opposite of your love language is actually your self-destructive behavior. So it's not really good. It's not a good thing. And in combination with me kind of having isolation at times and being hyper focused on work and just different stuff like that, I also sometimes skip meals. And with me skipping these meals, it's starting to be quite apparent in my frame. Like, none of my clothes fit. All of my clothes are baggy as shit. I'm like, damn, I'm really getting small as shit. I'm not gonna hold you. So I don't mind gaining a little bit weight. And I'm also a person who's actually kind of addicted to fitness. So even if I were to gain weight, I feel like it's going to be toned. And I just really could never let myself go. And I can openly admit that sometimes I've had trouble with ideas of being like fat phobic and stuff like that. Because like societally, we are conditioned to not like people being like fat or overweight. And every person that's big don't necessarily mean that they're like unhealthy per se. Some people have health conditions. Some people have stress and depression, and that's why they're big. Some people had children. Apparently, you can like have muscles in your stomach destroyed to the point where you can't regain muscle mass in your stomach after you have children. Like, there's so much different things that can happen to people that can make them fat. I'm coming to realize, and that's why I can admit that at times I've had fat phobic type thoughts. And I'm also a big advocate for accepting people at what they are. And if it is necessary for them to try to grow and try to heal or try to exercise and get healthier and different stuff like that, then be kind and compassionate about their journey and understand that everybody's journey is not the same. So whenever I have ideas or thoughts where I'm feeling kind of like fat phobic, or I'm just like, oh, I'm not, that might not be attractive or this or that, I definitely have to tell myself, let me, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Hey, what's going on? Tiger, you got to be more gentle with him. Jesus. Sometimes she just lays right down on top of her puppies. So yeah, sometimes I have to go into myself and be like, what is it called? Basically just tell myself to ignore all of the fat phobic thoughts and be more compassionate towards people because you don't know their situation. So with all that being said, I would like to regain my weight. I would like to be a good feeling of healthy to me. I do feel like whatever people do with their body is their business. And I do feel like on this journey, I want to try my best to love myself for who I am while also trying to find a good, healthy medium. Because a lot of the time I will go like eating like 1 or 2 times a day, sometimes not at all. And then just eating some chips, which is not good for me. And then excessively exercising, so not eating any food and then just excessively exercising, ready to pass out. Like, that's not healthy, so this journey is for me more so feeling good, looking good, and taking care of myself in a better way, because I was in a depressed state. And I have to acknowledge, when I am depressed, sometimes I do skip meals. So hopefully you guys come along this journey with me and just take these words from me, that the biggest thing when it comes to fitness, I personally feel, is you feeling like you look good in your eyes and you feeling good on the inside, and mentally you taking care of your mental so that you feel good no matter how you look. That's my biggest thing. So a big thing for me outside of physical fitness is mental fitness. Like, take care of your mind. So you guys come on this journey with me and we could see where it takes us. But I hope everybody's doing well. Have a great night, y'all.